Colin, are you ready?
Hold on.
Oh, God.
I just got a strange sensation. I'm going to throw up.
Okay, that's not good. We'll start later.
That was so out of fucking blue.
Yeah, that was weird. Should we make it seem like we already did a bunch and cut it out? For those just tuning in,
Boo. That's right.
we were going to record this yesterday.
Oh,
And then the second I hit record, Colin jumped up and violently threw up.
zero clue why.
I would have put the clip in, but I stopped recording when he walked away. But then I could hear the whole thing on mic, and it was really funny.
Poor J-Mac was subjected to me just yelling, just the demon screaming out of my body.
Dude, it was so funny.
Sounded like Niagara Falls.
Ew. Okay. Anyway, welcome back to your favorite podcast, A Couple Pints Pod.
Oh, Shibuya, baby.
Fucking roll call.
My name is Colin. Yeah, I like to dance. Yeah, because that's my thing. Yeah, I like to dance. Yeah.
My name is J-Mac. Yeah, I like to drink beer. Yeah. Some say it's a problem. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah. If you put a cowboy hat on B, you think it say B Haw?
Stop, it's copyright.
Could it be?
Speaking of cold things,
I want him on the podcast.
fucking email him.
I'll try.
Speaking of cold things, today, where did that come from?
It was just sitting right here.
Oh. Today we're discussing another Disney conspiracy. This time not about condominiums, but about one of, well, all their shit successful, but arguably one of their most successful, you call it a franchise, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Disney's a company. Yeah, it was a franchise. It was on
because they made more than one. And they had
well, they also sold the rights to it to like Ziploc and shit.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, they did have the bags.
Yeah,
they didn't.
The water bottles.
McDonald's had a little shit too.
It was everywhere. This week we're talking about Disney's Frozen.
Ooh.
Not Disney's, not Frozen's colon. Disney's Frozen colon. Origin story.
Oh shit. This would be a sick. Oh my god, here we go again, making another freaking movie.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Netflix. I can't wait till one day I meet someone. I probably said this. I can't wait till I meet someone at Netflix and I'm like, check this shit out. I go full Schultz. I'm like, let me show you something.
Get over here.
Turn your phone.
Step into my office.
All right. So anyway, I found a conspiracy last night that says that, well, okay, let's start with the OG, one of the OG Disney conspiracies, which is when, bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. When Walt Disney died, he cryogenically froze. Is it his head or his whole body?
I thought it was his.
I just remember being in like middle school and someone told me this.
Like Walt Disney froze himself. So if he froze himself, he would have froze himself.
Who knows what he froze?
Yeah, but either way, he's
but then
cryogenically frozen.
Well, I was going to reference Futurama, but Fry freezes his whole body. But then with all the figureheads, they freeze just their heads and then put them in the little.
Yeah.
I think you would need to keep the body attached. Well, yourself.
Yeah. So would you want just your head?
It's like, once again, shouts out Dudesy, our favorite new podcast. Chad wants to freeze himself when he dies. My history teacher from high school put down a deposit to cryogenically freeze his body when he dies. And he's a pretty normal dude. Anyway, OG conspiracy theory is that Walt Disney cryogenically froze himself. So then this new conspiracy we found that we're going to kick off the episode with, and then we'll just get, I assume, into how fucking absurd it is to freeze your body, is that Disney, the company, created Frozen, the movie / franchise, to disrupt Google's search algorithm because for some reason, the Disney family, like Walt Disney's literal remaining family, has been trying to like cover up this rumor conspiracy thing since it hit the market.
Have they really?
I don't know. That's what the article I was reading said. That they're like really like, no, he didn't, which I get, like, but also that was, I don't even know when he died. Could you even do that by the time he died?
Oh, he had so much money and he knew so many powerful people.
I know, but did we have the technology to cryogenically freeze someone?
I guarantee we did, but it was not public knowledge. Guarantee. There's no way. This guy made a literal theme park in a Florida swamp.
So he died in the end of 1966.
Oh, we had it.
Yeah, true. That's like the whole Captain America. Well, that's 20 years after the Captain America age. We had a goddamn atom bomb. You could definitely freeze a body.
Yeah. He's still kicking.
But then the big thing is, and what kind of really sparked this conspiracy is that aside from the family ferociously denying that this is true for no real reason, like what do you lose or gain from the public thinking that Walt Disney's body is frozen somewhere?
Suspicion.
But the other thing was that as Disney was building itself and while Walt was still running the company, they would do like early Photoshop on like pictures of him drinking or smoking. He died from lung cancer. He's a chronic smoker. And they would like somehow in the 60s Photoshop like cigarettes or like beers out of his hands in like press photos to make the company look more family and child friendly. So the theory is that to finally put this rumor to rest, I keep redlining, to finally put this conspiracy to rest, they made Frozen. So now when you look it up, it doesn't even come up. Even though, I mean, I guess I just proved it wrong because I immediately found a reliable website.
I was about to say, it was on the first page.
Well, it was the first thing that came up, but also I typed in Walt Disney's death, not Walt Disney Frozen, because then that's what it said. It was like a lot of people were typing that in.
So they're making you be specific.
But I mean,
and if you're not,
but I mean, biography.com, which I've used for like college essays as a reputable source, was the first thing that popped up. And the article is Walt Disney's body is frozen. So now I'm going to read this while you talk.
It's just so suspicious to me that the family, if the conspiracy is true and the family was trying so hard to just negate any sort of, what would you call it? Hearsay? Yeah, that'd be the term. Hearsay. If you have people saying one thing, but you're trying to say, hey, no, it's not true. That makes me even more suspicious because you could just come out and be like, no.
Whoa. This goes like deep.
But from what J-Mac's reading, and as you just heard, seems to be rather deep.
I'll just read the first couple paragraphs. We'll
and
summarize
the conspiracy's
them.
Been around for so freaking long, too.
So this says he died December 15th, 66. A private funeral was held on the 16th. And then on the 17th, his body was cremated and put in Forest Lawn Memorial Park in California. But that just goes to shortly after his death, a rumor began to circulate that he might be living on what? I fucked all this up.
You might be living on an island?
No.
Oh.
So he dies. Next day funeral. Day after that body's cremated. That's weird. You don't do that shit. Like when my grandpa and grandma got cremated, that shit took like a month. Because you gotta wait.
It takes prep time.
Yeah. Well, no, they just burn you, but
for the family in order to get everything in order.
Yeah. Like my grandma's funeral was like a month and a half after she died in January. Her funeral was like March 3rd or some shit. But that was also so we could get all like her Welsh family and all my West Coast family out. Anyway. So that's sketchy. But then it goes on to say, Over the years, proponents of this seemingly absurd rumor have cited the secrecy surrounding Walt Disney's death and burial as evidence of its veracy. They claim that the news of his passing was intentionally delayed to the media in order to give his handlers time to place his body in cryonic suspension, and that both his funeral and the actual location of his burial plot have been kept secret as a means of further concealing the truth of his freezing.
Whoa. Cryonic suspension?
Disney's lifelong Disney meaning Walt, not the company.
Yeah.
His lifelong interest in the future projects such as the Epcot Center and the technical innovations for which he was known throughout his career would no doubt have lent to the rumor a certain air of truth. A Time magazine article about cryonic freezing of a 73-year-old psychology professor also lent its weight. So they did have the technology.
They've always had the technology.
So yeah, I guess I want to think it's true because this actually, now that I'm like rethinking about it, this is like one of the first conspiracy theories, if not the first conspiracy theory I ever heard in my life. Because I remember being in like 6th through 8th grade, like middle school, and there was this kid who was like renowned for saying wild shit, and he told everyone this, and then like as I matured, I heard it again and again and again, and now it's coming up again with us decades later. But
wow.
So then his family, his daughter writes a biography about him in the 70s, and she states in the prelude that she doubts her dad even ever heard of cryonics.
Liar.
It has been further discredited by those pointing to the existence of signed legal documents that indicate Disney was in fact cremated and that his remains are interred in a marked plot.
Okay, so what if it's his mind that, or his head that
But
they
then
took and froze?
then it goes on to say this article is very riding the line here, because then the next paragraph is, by all accounts, including family and friends, he was a very private man, making the circumstances of his cremation and burial a little suspect. It doesn't say a little, it says suspect. I added the a little part.
Makes it better. Makes it better, brother. I don't. No. To me, Walt Disney still frozen in time. May it be his whole body. I'm still on board that it's his whole body, so that one day they could thaw him out. To for what reason would he want to come back though?
I don't know. Check up on the park. See, it's like a way of like pausing time.
But your park is...
It's literally Futurama. Fry goes in a cryogenic thing, and I think it starts in like 2020 or some shit. And then he comes back in like whenever. I'm not insanely familiar with the show. I just remember that episode. But he's how he was the day he left. So like when these people are thinking when they die, somewhere in the future, whether it's next year, next fucking decade, whatever, we're going to have the technology to unfreeze a body and like reanimate it, which actually that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, we haven't even got to
that
yet.
You would have to be frozen alive.
Yeah.
Because if you're dead, you're dead.
So either
I don't know why I didn't start with that.
Either he knew how many days he had left, froze himself alive.
The whole theory has always been, and I know, like I said, I know people personally who have paid for this service already. They think somewhere in the future, they're going to be able to be unfrozen and then restored, this says, to complete physical and mental health.
What if he comes back, sees the park, and immediately goes, shut it down. Shut it down.
Yeah, then they're going to hand him a fucking $100 billion check and be like, oh yeah, by the way, this today is worth, you don't even know this number. And then he's going to be like, okay, never mind. and then like buy the Playboy Mansion or something. I don't know. Because then there's also rumor or maybe evidence that he was like a racist piece of shit.
I
Like
don't think that's
anti-Semitic, fucking just like hated everyone.
That's not rumor.
Well, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's well known that he was a pretty harsh, straightforward, judgmental dude. I mean, but you have to be if you're building.
Well, that's not straightforward. You're a fucking asshole.
Well,
if you're a racist anti-Semite,
oh my
guy running a fucking family theme park, the biggest family theme park.
Times back then were a lot different.
Well, yeah, but that don't excuse it. Be on
I'm
my
not
side. Be on my side.
I'm on your side.
Like you're excusing
I'm just thinking it's so funny to think that there's a super fucking wealthy guy who owns a world-renowned theme park, and yet when you have a conversation with him, if you say the wrong thing, all of a sudden the switch flips.
Yeah,
and becomes a completely different dude.
I mean, also in terms of,
but you got to be crazy to do that. You got to be crazy.
This keeps calling it cryostasis. I don't even remember what I was calling it before we hit record, or what Chad
cryogenically frozen.
Yeah. So maybe that's different. Maybe cryostasis is after you die, and then being cryogenically frozen is freezing you alive to like suspend you. Because it's like the San Diego thing where I was saying that like ice preserves shit.
Ooh, shout out Mammoth.
So like, I guess if they put like nutrients and fucking something to make your blood pump enough to keep you alive, maybe you could be frozen and not like be in a state of just like limbo until they can unfreeze you without killing you.
That's
While you ponder that.
So you're thinking Walt Disney is suspended or laying on some table or in some chair or wherever you may be underground, tubes connected all through his body, feeding him the nutrients. So he's quote unquote frozen in time due to the way they preserved his body, but he's still able to stay. But that's some real Captain America shit.
Oh, okay. Wait. So I was kind of right, but not. Cryogenics isn't. I guess maybe it's just another word, but this says cryonics is the cryopreservation of a person with medical needs that cannot be met by available medicine until resuscitation and healing by future medicine is possible, while cryostasis is the preservation of living organisms by employing low temperatures.
So he's still alive. His body's just an ice cube right now.
Well, let's see what it says, because he, by that definition, would be cryonically frozen because he had lung cancer, and at the time they couldn't.
Still can't.
Well, they still can't.
You're gonna be waiting a while, Walt. It's gonna take a wee bit there.
Okay, yeah. So that take was correct. He's cryonically frozen in hopes of being reanimated in the future. And then people like Chad and my history teacher are cryostatically frozen. Well, they're going to be in hopes of being thawed out in the future.
What would you rather choose? Would you rather be frozen in hopes that one day technology will roll around that'll bring you back? Or would you rather say, fuck the wait, turn me into a machine and I'll live forever regardless?
I don't want to live forever. And that's the other thing. If you're cryostatically frozen and you come back as like if Chad Colchin does it when he's 70 and then he's fucking unfrozen as a 70-year-old man in the future. Well, I guess the hope is that medicine's advanced so much that the human lifespan is longer. I don't know. I mean, the whole thing, I can't even believe this is like a thing that people pay money for.
There would be so many flaws to coming back.
Because like this is arguably similar to being like fucking, you know how they like preserve dead bodies before they put them in a casket?
Yeah.
It'd be like, do that to me. And then when future medicine catches up, exhume my body and reanimate it. Like, that's fucking absurd.
Why? There's zero reason for you to come back.
Like I said, like, I guess this makes more sense than what I just said, because the whole ice preservation thing. But it's still fucking just ridiculous that people are paying money. The article ends with saying there's like thousands of people who have already put deposits down to do this.
You are banking on the biggest wish. I bet there's not a stat or a figure out there, but I'm saying there is a 1 in 1 million chance that you come back to a time period where you will live for more than 5 years. You're doing yourself no favors.
This is insane. Cryonicsinstitute.org. Human cryostasis, realizing the prospect of immortality.
You're coming back to the new world, not able to cope, not able to function, because everything around you is going to be so futuristic.
Dude, this is
your mind will be blown.
First off, listen to how much this costs. But then listen to this. Cryonics is our ambulance ride to the high-tech hospital we're confident will exist in the near future, with medical technology and equipment that will be able to successfully revive persons who are considered hopeless or deceased by today's standards. Then it immediately says, human cryostasis requires a sign up as a lifetime or yearly member of the Cryonics Institute. Yearly members must be
money scheme,
fully paid for. Yeah, exactly. For no less than 1 year. You have to pay $120 yearly plus a $75 initiation fee for 1 year's membership.
Idiot.
Do you get like a discount if you sign up for the lifetime one? What if you only pay for a year and then you die and then they freeze you because it was within that year, but then you didn't, pay till. Does the lifetime cover when medicine catches up, or if you die within that year, they freeze you and then what? They just like
thaw a year.
Your membership expires and they just like thaw you out.
Hey, pal,
like, oh,
sorry, time's up. Got to take you out of here. This space is opened up for a different person. Time to thaw you out.
This is fascinating. Also, yeah, that's another. Where do they keep these? Like, are there warehouses in like Nevada full of just like frozen dead bodies? I'm trying to think of big places with a lot of space to store. I assume you're in a big ass thing.
What if Area 51's not aliens, but it's so secretive because there's warehouse on warehouse of that?
$30,000 for a lifetime member.
Fuck.
And is often funded through traditional life insurance. There's no way that's true.
Who? But then again,
I'm paying a fucking $75 copay with good insurance for very necessary things. There's no way $30,000 they'll freeze you, keep you housed somewhere. And then what happens when this generation of cryonics people die? There's way too many factors here, dude. I would not do this.
I know. You shouldn't
just fucking burn me. Or you ever heard of the tree pod things that they have now?
Yes.
That'd be cool. I'd be down to do that.
That's what I'm set on being just roasted like a turkey in the oven or turned into a tree. Oh, dude. I'd be a sick fucking tree. What tree would you want to come back as?
This website is fucking insane. Tree?
What tree would you want to come back as?
Dude, a fucking what are they?
Redwood?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of the actual sequoia. Is that tree? The redwood forest, I'm pretty sure, is sequoia trees.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'd want to do that. And I'm a big dude. I could feed a little baby sequoia for a couple, as we discovered it once again in the San Diego episode, for a couple 100 years.
I kind of want to see. I kind of want to come back as a weeping willow, so that way.
But I want people to remember me. Like, I assume there's like a plaque next to the tree.
Oh, there has to be something. But if I come back as a weeping willow, now my branches and my consciousness can extend into the branches, and maybe one day I'll be good enough to control the branches and be one of those sentient trees.
But you're dead. They crumple up your dead body and put it in a root ball, and then as you decompose, your body feeds the tree.
My consciousness will come back to the tree.
Okay.
Consciousness.
I'm still reading this insane fucking website.
That's another thing we could talk about. How your body is one thing and your consciousness is a complete other thing.
All right, save it.
Or have we already done that?
I don't know. Save it for the next one. Hold on. This is fucking nuts, dude.
Wow. If you make it this far through,
bro, the fact that you have to say on our About Us page that your intent isn't to get rich by turning huge profits, and that's the last paragraph after you say hundreds of thousands of people have done this for a minimum of $30,000.
Fucking liar.
Seems like a pretty fucking huge profit to me. And of course, it doesn't say like how much it costs to keep someone frozen. This is fucked up, dude.
Imagine your...
Wait, let's see. There's services.
Oh, get out of here.
So what does this $30,000 price include? The cost includes state-of-the-art cryonic preservation, preparations and procedures, perpetual maintenance, oversight, and upkeeping, including the expense of liquid nitrogen. There are no additional upkeep maintenance fees involved. All vitrification and permanent preservation costs are covered up front. Less than $8,000 goes to the actual initial preservation procedure and to cover low-term care costs. The remaining $20,000 goes into very stable long-term investments. The interest of these investments pays for the perpetual upkeep and overhead required to keep a patient suspended indefinitely until technology advances to the point where a successful revival in a young and healthy state is possible.
Dude, that means there's people getting paid to switch these people or change whatever's keeping them suspended.
The nitrogen.
There's
I assume that's what the upkeep
job
is.
field, and people are getting paid to do that.
That'd be really fucked up, but kind of cool to do like a micro dirty jobs that for a day.
You have to get paid so much, and I guarantee you are brought to work on a bus with a blindfold every single day. You get picked up at a Waffle House, blindfolded, put on a bus, driven to wherever. Blindfolds taken off, you're underground surrounded by these vats of frozen old people. And now your job is to go through and change the different tubes that need more liquid nitrogen. Are you kidding me?
And their headquarters is in fucking Missouri?
Oh my,
wait, is that Missouri?
Bro, I bet you could dig underground so much in Missouri and no one would ever notice.
Oh no, sorry, Michigan.
Oh,
I got my abbreviations mixed up.
Even better. No one's gonna bat an eye in Michigan.
And it's not even like Chicago. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere, that's what I was saying earlier. But
yep,
there's no way this is their headquarters. Like, this is where the shit is this is probably just an office building that they use. There's no way they would put where they're in the middle of a fucking city.
Yeah, that's a strip mall where you go get a number. The receptionist will say, "This number will call you in a few days. Make sure you pick up the phone, answer the questions, and that'll be the interview."
See, it's definitely not possible to find, but I would love to know where these people are kept.
If you get the job, make sure you drive to the nearest Waffle House. You'll be picked up in a van. They'll bring you to the location.
Almost 2,100 total members. A majority of them are from the United States.
Assholes.
What the fuck? 226 of their total members are pets.
Who?
So members, so people who voluntarily paid for this is almost 1,969. Patients who I guess were like, fuck it, 224. Pets, 226. And then people are freezing DNA and tissue, 340. And I don't know what SA means. Sexual organs. No, I'm kidding.
I heard freezing sperms.
What's the negative for? Why are some of these countries negative? Like on their little map, Norway. Oh, I think that's just a hyphen. Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. I was like, are these people dying? Why would they put that on their
Are those the factories that broke down?
These are pretty interesting, though. These
wow,
numbers.
Those are a lot of fucking places.
But also, it's so random. Like, one guy in Russia was like, do this. Like, dude, just go to fucking Serbia and lay down. We'll find you in a couple of years.
What's the name of the company?
This is Cryonics Institute.
Hey, Cryonics Institute, if you are looking for sales reps or people who you want to go door to door trying to sell,
don't hire me because this shit is weird.
I'll do it as long as the money's good. I will put on a complete lie and I will make sure to sell the shit out of freezing whatever you want. I'll make the big bucks. I'll sell the pyramid scheme.
Bro, this is nuts, dude. Envision a brighter future, another chance at life, renewed youth and health, reunite with loved ones.
It's not gonna happen.
Start anew with your loved ones, children and grandchildren. Dude, that's so fun. Imagine if we're like 70 and some like 30-year-old knocks on our door and they're like, hey, I'm your fucking nephew from 2045. Like, no.
Son, you need to get off my property.
Is that how you're going to talk when you're 70?
That's how I would talk if someone came up to my door and be like, hi, I'm your nephew. I was born in 2035, but the year is 2098.
Bro, this is so funny. Witness the future. Don't just imagine the world of the future. Personally experience space travel, virtual reality, and other incredible things to come.
Yeah. Okay.
This is fucking nuts, dude.
Do you think...
I really want to know where this warehouse is.
I was going to say, do you think they give them
because also
pamphlets?
If it's international, then what? They're flying a body from Norway to wherever they are? There's no way they have places all over the world.
Yes, they do.
That store these.
Yes, they do.
But like Norway had 7 people. Russia had 1. There's one fucking frozen dude somewhere in Russia that this company is paying to keep frozen.
Or was the one, excuse me, one warehouse? Was that what they're saying? Was that what they're saying? One warehouse in Russia, 2,000 something warehouses in America.
Jesus Christ, this fucking article was written this month.
Okay. They have to have these meetings with these people.
But like this one, 223rd patient, an 87-year-old male from England. What? Like,
stop. Don't. You're doing nothing for yourself. You think I could sell you on this right now?
What?
Excuse me, sir. Have you ever thought about freezing yourself for the coming future?
No.
Well, before you are truly decided on saying no, just think.
No.
Wouldn't you love to be alive to see your great-great-grandchild?
Not really.
Wouldn't you want to be around in order to see flying cars or buildings floating in the air or people living as one with robots?
We're already doing most of that.
But wouldn't you want to see it in a brighter future? A future where maybe,
dude, you sound like a fucking character from Fallout.
Global warming is solved. See, I'm here to pitch you cryogenics.
You can't say pitch you. You got to be like sell you or something.
I'm here to slap your tits around with cryogenics.
Are you calling me fat, sir? Get off of my stoop.
I'm here to fondle your sack with cryogenics.
Dude, that shit's fucking wild.
I don't get it. Why would you ever do it? Frick off. Frick off. If you think it's a good idea.
Also, like, that's a lot of fucking preparation for death. Like, just fucking live, dude. Why do you want to be brought back in the future?
I don't. Because I'm gonna be alive the whole time.
Also, for all we fucking know, global warming is gonna kill us in 10 years, and all these frozen fucks are just gonna burn with the rest of us.
Imagine they stay
and then you just
frozen.
Wasted 30,000 plus. Yeah, but who's gonna maintenance them, and who's gonna advance medical technology far enough to unfreeze them if everyone is dead?
I mean, if they're in an underground bunker warehouse, it might be able to survive.
Well, like I said, this shit could be anywhere.
There's no way natural disasters fucking up these bunkers.
There's well, no who's way. To say it's bunker? I'm literally picturing like a sheet metal warehouse in like the middle of the desert.
For $30,000 a person, I guarantee they have an underground.
Well, like I said, I assume you're in some sort of pod thing. Like you're not just like hanging on a meat hook in a cold room.
Bro. Which one would be more terrifying?
Or you could be like, this seems just like a giant scam.
This is insane. I don't think this is actually something that when this episode comes out and people listen to it, I feel like by that time we'll actually grasp the pure fact of how actually insane this concept is. Or you're already there and I'm just so far behind because I'm just thought on why you would ever do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're too traditional or something.
Maybe we're part of the older generation.
Yeah, dude. I just don't know why you would be, because funerals and shit are already expensive. All that shit's already expensive, but $30,000? I'd imagine it costs less than that to get buried or burned. Like the whole thing, not just like there's no way a cremation, just the cremation costs $30,000 and then people have a funeral and buy a plot. There's no way.
Is there a law against your own family building a large enough bonfire to where you would be laid on top and have like a Viking funeral? Is there a law against them doing it on their own property?
I don't know. That seems like a state to state thing. Like
I'm
sure in like Texas, you can probably do that.
Because if that's true,
Florida, you can definitely do that.
If that
hey, I watch a lot of murder docs, so it takes a long time to burn a body. With just like logs.
The banquet you could have, like, okay, the rule in the will, the rule.
Well, an actual Viking funeral would be sick. Like, put me in a fucking canoe, light that shit, push it out, and then get someone who could shoot a bow and arrow to fucking
have your wife or your brother or your sister.
Well, there better be a good shot.
Imagine they miss multiple times.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be
even more fun
Hollywood level.
Funeral.
But that's true. I do want people to have a good time.
Exactly. Imagine they're missing. Everyone's cracking up. They finally hit the boat. You go up in flames, and everyone's like, "We finally did it!" And it's like a fucked up little twist that they're so happy they finally hit the shot, but they forget that they're actually here to put someone to rest. So now you're like, I can go away happy because I'm giving people joy.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah, I haven't shot flaming arrows at a loved one, but the funerals, I mean, I've only been to like 4 funerals. 2 of them were for my friends, so it was really sad because they were young. But for the old people funerals I've been to, that shit was so fun. Because everyone's like, they don't want us to be sad. And it's like, yeah.
We don't want to be sad.
All right. Should we wrap it up? And
yeah, let's get ready.
move forward.
Let's keep moving on up.
All
Like
right.
you're frozen in time.
So yeah, that's our take on fucking cryogenics, I guess.
You bet your ass. Hey, guess what?
What?
We're in person.
Oh yeah. What's up?
Hey.
All right. This has been
Couple Pints Pod.
safe to say.
Don't go jumping in the sewer. Because you might get frozen.
You might land in a pool of liquid nitrogen.
That's right. Uh-oh.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.